So I decided to play Sultan's Game for no particular reason. I just thought it looked neat. Let's get into it, shall we? Apparently it's some kind of card game. Okay. Long ago in a distant land, there was a mighty sultan. 8 years ago. 8 years ago is long ago. I mean, I guess. This sultan ascended to the throne over his father's corpse and inherited his vast empire. His was a cruel and cunning ruler, ruthless to enemies and kin alike, and had an innate thirst for the misfortune of others. He made his subjects fear him, which made his rule unshakable. Wealth, status, slaves. He had whatever he desired. People bent their backs before him. The flowers in the winter garden bloomed overnight at his command. And we have our cards. Our invincible monarch. We live in a great empire. A king favored by the true God. My love, my eagle. Boring. Damn. Okay, is that us? Are we the Sultan? Day after day, the great Sultan had exhausted all earthly pleasures, all of the things that past sultans and kings had enjoyed. Ultimately, he got tired of it. To have everything but no joy was truly vexing. What fun shall I have today? Is there nothing new to please me? Your Majesty, someone outside pleads. Oh wait, is that a guy? Oh fuck. Okay, they plead for their innocence, I think it said. Bring him in. The stranger said she was a magician from a faraway land. She wanted to offer the Sultan a game that had fascinated many kings and monarchs of other lands. The core of the game is to experience your power in a more exciting and interesting manner, she said. I have a box of cards, each representing a pleasure only a Sultan can enjoy. Yeah, bring it up. Damn, she letting them dogs bark. Every time you draw, you will get a random card. In other lands, they're called Sultan cards. You need to complete the tasks marked on the card. The first to exhaust all the cards in the box will become the true champion, the Sultan of Sultans. There are 4 types of tasks in total. If you allow me, I would like to explain them one by one. She respectfully raises the wooden box. Please click the card box to draw your first card, Supreme Sultan. Carnality. A silver carnality card. Note, this card includes 2 elements. Carnality refers to physical pleasure, and silver refers to its background color, its tier. That is, the tier of the pleasure object. Although all creatures are as insignificant as ants before you, some are slightly nobler than others. And you, great Sultan, have the right to determine their tier. I'm always happy to explain the Sultan's game to you, but of course, as the supreme, infinitely wise, sun-like, esteemed Sultan, even without my explanations, you will surely master the game quickly. Yeah, let's chat. I can answer all your questions. But seeing is believing. You will love this game once you play it. Explain the rules. The Sultan's Game is exclusively for rulers. Monarchs compete to see who can exhaust the drawn Sultan cards the quickest, and I am the witness for all. I want you. Game time. Game time it is. The game has no time limit, but your time record will be forever recorded in the game for future rulers to compare and chase. The Sultan's Game is, okay, I guess we're just going through all of them. I want you. Thank you for your favor, but I am protected by powerful magic from this game. Every sword of your army and even your extremely powerful magic ring cannot hurt me. Do not worry, I will serve you day and night. Day and night. And you have a long time to try this. Shall we get back to the game topic? Maybe when you complete the game. Okay, yeah, I got it. Her smile carries a hint of danger, but also adds a different kind of allure. Okay. The Sultan drew a card of silver carnality, meaning he must engage carnally with someone of silver tier, or he could choose to whip, molest, or torture them as long as, oh Jesus. Once his desire was fulfilled, so did the requirement of the carnality card. You have triggered a carnality event. Click to open it. To break this card, I need to okay. To fulfill the Sultan card, you need to place it in the event slot. Okay. Okay. Okay, place the Sultan card in the in the okay, so that's here. Okay. How do I drag it? How do I drag it? There we go. A high tier Sultan card cannot okay, so there's me. And I'm gonna hee-hoo. Someone in the silver. Who are we gonna hee-hoo? How about the guard? There we go. Could it be? But even though? Okay, what does the scribe say? I need to record this too. Okay, what about a consort? Your Majesty, you have no idea how much I've missed you. Okay, alright, we'll go with you. To start the event, use the silver cardinality card to target either a gold character or a silver character. Okay. The Sultan is enjoying his pleasure. Click End Day to progress the game. End Day. The Sultan revealed the silver card. Until this moment, the courtiers thought it was a joke. They all wore cautious smiles and tried not to spoil his mood or fall victim to the game. The Sultan, however, scanned their faces with amusement. He was the great Sultan who could laugh off everything in the world except for the game.
Time to play the game.
The game.
Time to play the game.
Something he took seriously. He chose the consort. She was overwhelmed by the sudden favor in public. She ignored one important fact. The Sultan only wanted to see women fight for him, but he did not like being treated as a woman's trophy himself. Okay, we don't need to read the description. We'll just continue on with the game here. Okay. Break. Oh, so we completed it. So we get something else? Tap the... Okay, break it. Break it. So we have to break the card. The first card made the Sultan very satisfied. This was truly a game made for him. He started to draw the second card. Okay, second card. How do we draw the card? Okay, here we go. Boop. Ah, Bloodshed, a fine diversion for a ruler. You must have experienced much blood and agony, but the beauty of this game is that you never know what kind of game you'll enjoy next, thus making each game more interesting. Okay, Sultan, he drew the gold blood, so we gotta kill somebody in gold tier. Okay. See, last time we just had to hee-hoo somebody in silver tier, but now I got somebody in gold tier. Oh, the cards are talking to me. When will it be my turn? No, it can't be. Oh yeah, because you're in silver, you're safe. Okay. Okay, so it's gotta be... Okay, so, hold on a second. Place the Sultan... card. Okay, so me. Okay. What does the general say? Your Majesty, I'm loyal. Virtual. Is this your plan? I don't really have a plan. Aged consort. This joke scares me. I guess you're kind of like the lowest ranking out of the gold tiers, so yeah, we'll kill you. I gotta. Boop. You know, being a ruler ain't easy. We're not gonna read this just in case. I don't know how wild this the descriptions get, so I'm gonna skip that. The blood-stained carpets and drapes were replaced overnight. Today, the Sultan appears in court once again, radiant. It doesn't really seem like much of a game. We're just kind of doing random things. If it doesn't become more game-like, I'm probably gonna call it quits for this demo. Because basically, I'm just picking people the F word and K word. Next, your new draw. Ah, it's an Extravagance card, which requires you to squander wealth. I'll just burn some money. I have no problem just killing people. A stone Extravagance card. It will only cost a tiny portion of your wealth. This game isn't only about bad things happening to you, the Sultan laughed. See, I have to reward you with something. The courtiers forced a few chuckles from their throats. Okay. What is this? Nameless beggar. Okay. Place the Sultan card in the... Okay, so... Extravagance. Let me... Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. And then, so there's me. So I am giving to the beggar this much money because of this card. Okay, I think I've done it properly. The beggar left with the gold coins. End the day to see what happens next. Okay. That one was pretty easy. Didn't have to kill nobody or nothing like that. I guess I'll read this one since we just gave the dude money. The courtier went to great lengths to find a beggar. They must not be too dirty. That would displease the Sultan, nor could they look too clean and neat to be real. Now the Sultan was going to reward this beggar in person. To the Sultan, it was a trivial gift, but for the beggar, it was a turning point in his life. Everyone praised the Sultan for this show of benevolence. Even though didn't he just murder a guy yesterday? Someone said 5 gold coins were enough to feed his family for a week, but immediately ridiculed by another, claiming a poor man could never make 5 gold coins in a year. Someone suggested he could buy a head of livestock and live off of it. Others argued that he could invest the money in a small business, growing his fortune. While they were imagining the offspring of the nameless beggar would repay the Sultan 10-fold, 100-fold, and even more, the beggar had his throat slashed in a dark alley in the lower town. His fingers were mangled because he held on to the coins so tight. Those coins were supposed to change his fate. Damn, okay, well, that sucks. But I mean, it's not our fault. We just gave him money. It's not our fault he got robbed. The thrilling drama of yesterday seemed to still linger in the palace. The courtiers all looked depressed and weary. They stared at the magician, who was standing by the throne with a wooden box filled with cards in her hand. Okay. Open, says me. It's Conquest. This is the game.
Time to play the game.
It's time to play the game. This is the game that the great ruler excels at the most. How many cities, states, and countries have you conquered? So, how do you plan to complete it? What? What do you mean? This time, the Sultan drew a bronze conquest card. Conquest meant taking what belongs to others, and bronze tier corresponded to the size of a small town. Fortunately, there were enough targets on Sultan's map to choose. The Sultan took his royal sword and decided to give it to the subject who was willing to conquer the place for him. So we're just sending one dude to conquer a whole town. So there's my army. There's the prosperous town. So Conquest, that's the challenge. Place a tactics intelligence to boost attributes. So I'm guessing that's royal sword. Or no, tactics. Choose a leader for the army. Female slave. Gold coins. No. So we can choose virtual. The battlefield is not my forte. General. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, can we put any of these guys in there? Just like this is my opportunity to get promoted. What about the slave? This is beyond my wildest imagination. Well, hold on. Okay, so what are her stats? 1 physique, 2 charisma, 3 wisdom, 10. So we got like 11 plus. So that's like 14 over a town. They only have 5 combat. Yeah, we'll send the female slave with our army, give them a tactics bonus to get rid of this town. Yep, let's do it. I am confident that she can handle this. Let's see how this goes. There was a prosperous city near the Sultanate that had been trading treasures and spices with an Eastern empire for decades, if not centuries. They made a lot of money. Once the target of conquest was decided, the melancholy over the court these games had imposed over the past few days was all swept away. They began to talk about the inevitable victory enthusiastically. There was only one question left: whom the Sultan would send to take the loot. Oh, we won. You needed at least 1 success to win. Hey, and we got 12. Okay, so I guess so we won. Oh, we got a roll. Okay, so we got 7. We only needed 1, so we win, right? Reroll. Well, no, we won, right? Yeah, okay. An easy victory. Okay. All right. Crack it open. Let's see what happens. The Sultan's army beheaded the guardian of the city. Just a few months ago, the Sultan had promised the city independence and autonomy. See, we liberated them. They wanted to be conquered. The Guardian even gratefully kissed the Sultan's feet at the time. All told, the task of the Bronze Conquest card had been fulfilled. I have had enough fun in the last 2 days, the Sultan nodded to the magician. This is a nice game. I fully understand it. Now come on, let us continue to play. After several rounds of practice, the great Sultan got the hang of the game. Later, he would draw several Sultan cards in one day and complete them in the most dramatic ways. It only took 14 days for him to run out all the Sultan cards, setting the fastest game record ever. As anticipated, every victory came at a cost. With each draw, someone would disappear from the palace, becoming part of the Sultan's game. During these 14 days, the palace was filled with screams, cries, and insane moans. Finally, the cursed box was empty. The courtiers all sighed in relief. This Sultan's game was finally over. To their surprise, the magician put all the broken cards into a bag, shook it hard, and the cards were all mysteriously restored by her witchcraft. Great, we can play again. The Sultan was so happy that he clapped his hands. Give me the box. What's in the fucking box?
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Let me draw a card. Let's see what fun is waiting for me today. No, this must be stopped. Someone has to dissuade the Sultan from playing this absurd game. You take a deep breath and step forward. Feisty rebuke. You give a feisty rebuke to the obsessed Sultan in the court, seeking justice for those innocent victims. Wait a minute. I thought we were the Sultan. We're the protagonist? You spoke for a long time, but the Sultan didn't care at all, and sadly, neither did the magician. You stopped, exhausted, pondering if your life was about to end, but the Sultan suddenly turned his mocking gaze toward you. Really, really, he mused, a wise monarch shouldn't do this, but a wise monarch shouldn't abandon games that bring him joy, right? So why don't you do it for me? You, my loyal subject, I command you, play this Sultan's game for me. He burst into laughter as you stood there, dumbfounded. Your story begins. How will you end the Sultan's game? Will you win by drawing all the cards like the Sultan himself? Or macaroni. Actually, no, let's make it sound medieval. Nebuchadnezzar. I don't know how to spell Nebuchadnezzar, but Macunezzar. Macunezzar. You come from a noble family that has served the Sultan for generations. Please choose your family's merchant family +5, traditional noble +3, influence. We'll do merchant family because the number is the biggest. Choose the personal ability you're the most proud of. My social build, my riz, my physique, or my wisdom. Let's go with that Riz. Let's do a little Rizzler action here. Conservative, old school nobles are keen to keep slaves to show their authority, while open-minded young nobles influenced by progressive ideas tend to form cliques outside the palace. Conservative, 3 slaves. Progressive, 1 noble follower. I feel like we're probably going to make some mistakes along the way, so we'll, do we want to go the slave route? What do you love most about your wife, who has always accompanied you? She just bad. Choosing a surrogate player was also part of his game. He ordered you to play in his stead and pardoned you for any crimes you may commit to complete the Sultan cards, be it murder, adultery, robbery, or even raising an army. Not because he particularly felt for you, he only did this in the hope that you can put a more spectacular show in the game. Remember, you only have 7 days to complete the task of a Sultan card. Fail it and he will cut off your head at the sunrise of the 8th day. Your Grace, you must be familiar with it. Yeah, I get it. Give me the card. But, okay, so we got to kill somebody who is gold tier. Esteemed player, how may I be of service? Change the card. Okay, so we have 7 days to complete it, but we don't have any gold tier people. Can you change the card? Once every 7 days, you can, yeah, okay, let's return this card. Okay, so we just got a gray. Easy. Okay. Progress. I have all the time in the world. Do you have anything to ask? No. You drag your exhausted body away from the palace. The ministers silently watch you. Some relieved that they weren't the ones to advise the Sultan, some secretly gloating, and others truly sympathetic. But none of this matters anymore. You have been drawn into the Sultan's game. The card in your hand burns like a hot coal, and you have 7 days to complete it. Then you will draw another card, fight another battle, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. The carriage drive through the city towards your residence, the bustling marketplace, the steamy bathhouse, the bustling crowds. They all recede behind you before long. You've arrived home, where your wife, already informed of the news, stands at the door waiting for you. You hasten your steps to embrace her. For now, you're still alive, and life must go on. Event audience with the Sultan has appeared. Event news in the bathhouse. Okay. So, wait, hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, so now I have different places on the map. Audience with the Sultan, news in the bathhouse, bookstore, business. Okay, so this is the one card I have to do. Bookstore, what is the bookstore? Isn't the largest, but it's certainly the most refined and coldest one. If you're willing, you can surely find some good books here. You can visit the bookstore without spending money, but you can't buy any books. Most books can be read in the I Am Thinking section. Okay. Spend 1 gold coin to randomly get a book. Decide who goes to the bookstore to buy books. People who truly love books will always meet here, albeit without greeting each other. 1 gold coin for book money or library card. You can try putting some items on it. Maybe it'll be useful. Okay, so we can get books, which helps our stats. News in the bathhouse. Eavesdrop on all kinds of gossip. The more successful the check, the rarer the intelligence obtained. An excellent check can generate new rituals. Entry fee. And then send someone or go yourself. Must be a noble. Okay. Managing the estate. So is Maggie my wife? Your wife. Okay, and the carnality card. I have to smash someone at the stone level. Okay. The illustration depicts a scene between people. Okay. Okay, let's go to the gossip. Let's see if our... What is it in all? A female slave who came down as dowry with your wife. She's an excellent cook and literate. A rarity among slaves. The fastest slave in your household, responsible for errands. He knows all this. Okay, we're going to send him to get the gossip. Oh, it must be a noble. Who's this guy? A robust male slave. Wait, so he's not a noble, right? Because he's a slave, but he's green. Okay, so it's got to be us. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. 1 gold coin. Try putting some item. Another gold coin? No. Okay, let's see. Can we find anything useful? End day. Okay, so available 5 dice rolls. We need at least 1 success. So is that a win? Oh, we got inside information. Okay. The stares of people pierce your exposed skin. Even in soaking in warm water, you can feel them, like a fisherman's thrown spears and ropes. When you rise from the pool, there is a feeling of more and more things tugging and pulling at you, like a voyaging ship pulling at a whale it's hunting. Okay, so we got inside information. Frequent appearances in the palace are necessary. Missing a friend only loses some benefits, but missing an enemy means not knowing what they plan to say to the Sultan. Slander grows by the Sultan's ear about your misdeeds, your disrespect. If there were even one person to speak for you, it would have been difficult for such weeds to take root, but unfortunately there wasn't. Palace intrigues have made the Sultan somewhat weary. Okay. Being far from the center of the whirlpool of power often makes it easier to be drawn into the abyss. Okay. No one manages. Okay, so there's no income. Okay. What is it? Oh, that's like me about to be dead. We have the best girls here. Welcome to have fun. House of Delights. On your way to the court, you ran into Nawful. This difficult fellow is always oppose you. His colleagues and sometimes even the Sultan, you were prepared to deal with the usual sarcasm, but he didn't say a word. He just looked at you for a while with a meaningful look in his eyes. Did he have something he wanted to say to you on the way home? You kept thinking about the look. Maybe you should find a chance to meet him. So what is this place? House of Delights, the city's brothel. Said to have a history older than the city's walls and a palace. Regardless, it's a good place to spend Sultan cards because no matter how beautiful and praised they are just playthings indulged in for months. Wait, why would I spend my Sultan cards here? Even a prostitute's death can cause a public repulsion. Be careful, spending too much time and money on prostitutes may upset your wife. Their appearing each time are random. After igniting passion with the prostitute, additional events may occur. Okay. All right, I don't think we're going to spend time here. I think, should I just go ahead and get my card done? I guess. What are these? Good fan. Oh, these are my stats, I guess. Okay. Chat with her, regret changes. Okay, leave. Okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and do the card. Okay, so we gotta smash one of our slaves. What is this? Audience with the Sultan. You can offer everything you have to the great monarch in exchange for his favor, which might not be as you expected. You may ask him for anything, but you might not be able to afford the cost. Okay. Okay, where do I do the cards at? Visiting. Where do I do the cards at? To show your sincerity, you must go meet him in person. Or do I just click on the card? House of Delights, bookstore, business, news, and managing the estate. Visit, what is this? Pack of vicious dogs. So I can fight the dog. Oh no, this is a specific ritual. Okay, yeah, how do I go to can I go to the brothel? Is that, I don't know how, I have a carnality card. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so at the brothel, we can use the carnality card. You can try putting some items on it. Maybe it will be useful. Can I just put gold? Oh, okay, so there's some gold. Oh, it takes all 4 of my gold? Okay. One person for physical joy and a companion of double person is to gamble. You can't ask someone else to help you with that, right? Oh, so it's me. Okay, so that's me. And then Miss Jalila. It said that the more humble you are before her, the happier you become. Many seasoned admirers intentionally avoid touching her to seek the So they just stand in the room with her and like look at each other. For YouTube's sake, that's what's happening. You can try putting some items. I don't have any other items, do I? Inside information. Okay, so we have us. We have this lady who will not be touching us. See, it says right there, people will avoid touching her for a climax. So we're just looking at each other. There's gold coins in the room, and we're discussing inside information. Nothing inappropriate is happening here. Okay, let's see how this goes. End day. The city's place that you go to hang out and talk about things. Said to have a history. Okay, we already talked about that. Throughout the process, she seemed distracted. Noble Miss Jalila was just a bronze card, not silver or gold, leaving her at a loss. You didn't get the pleasures people speak of. However, after that, she became a lively conversationalist. You talked about hidden preferences, stories of women climbing the tiers, and various beauty maintenance secrets. Of course, after you declined to be a supplier for her beauty elixir, why didn't I get a say in that? I would have went out and obtained it. This and the card issue together wounded her pride, thus ending your leisure time. Well, she was higher rank than what we were supposed to do, so I thought that was fine if they were higher rank. They just couldn't be lower, whatever. Okay, we completed it. Maybe not a flawless victory, but we completed it. This is just a transaction, but it might spark passion. Available 6. Your charisma and physique determine the full dice count. You need at least 2 successes. Okay. Ooh, we only got 1. Can we re-roll? Yeah, let's re-roll. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy. Miss Jalila is a mask. An imagined being woven by men's desires and women's skills. Amidst the tumult of passion, you seem to see the visage beneath the mask. She called it another better mask. The nobles bicker like street ruffians scrambling for food before their master. This is exactly what the Sultan wants to see. Palace intrigues have made the Sultan somewhat weary. Being far from the center of the whirlpool of power often makes it easier to be drawn into the abyss. Okay. So are we supposed to draw another card? A playboy who spends his days at the House of Delights hears about your predicament from his lover. Wanting to alleviate his boredom, comes to find you. An interesting incident has appeared. And now we draw another card. A bronze bloodshed card. Note the card includes 2 elements, bloodshed and then bronze. So we gotta kill either our wife or, well, I don't think we're killing our wife. I think we're killing Mr. Aziz here. So where can I do that at? Where can I do that? Wait, combat. What's his combat? Can we, wait, physique 3? So we have the same physique. Will he just kill me? Okay. Audience with the Sultan. Using a Sultan card in front of the Sultan might be a madness idea. Well, you know what? We're doing it. You want us to play the game? Here we go. You can offer everything you have to the great monarch in exchange for his favor. You can go yourself or send a follower. You can ask him for anything. So, what? So I can send me. I don't have anything to put. Okay, so never mind. That won't work. Like, get out of here. No, okay, so that won't work. Okay, guys. I think that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, very interesting game. So, it's called the Sultans Game on Steam if you want to check it out. I will see y'all in the next one.